All right. Welcome to the Cheap Pop Wrestling Podcast. I'm your host, John Hook. This is my co host, Kenneth O'Neill. We're going to be going over basically what just happened on Smackdown. Uh, Basically, what started off the show, uh, Usos pulled up, and them and Paul Heyman got together, and seems like Jay's still a little pissed off at Roman. Ken, what's your thoughts on that?
I think she is too. Well, once we talk more about it in the later segment, but I don't think he was. I think he made the decision based on his brother versus really for Roman. So we can explore that towards the end topic there.
Right. Yeah, it was a little awkward at first because you could see like in his facial expressions. Jay's really really good at portraying emotion in this. A lot of guys couldn't pull this off, but
No. Why is the GOAT?
yeah. Next was the Fatal Five-Way match. I really enjoyed all the guys they had in this. The ending I thought was great too, with Drew and Sheamus both getting a pin. Um, I hope they keep both of these guys in for the match versus Gunther. I think that'll be pretty fun to watch.
Yeah. I wonder if they keep this up until WrestleMania ends up as a triple threat?
Yeah, that again. I know I've already said John Cena and Theory could be match of the night, but those three can put on a banger.
Yeah. Completely agree. This feud between Sheamus and Drew McIntyre, like the brother, friends fighting against each other thing is pretty awesome. It's was pretty interesting watching them interact in the back. And it was I love the finish, man, and both of them pinning. Sheamus hit the bro kick to save Drew. Drew hit the Claymore to save Sheamus. Referee slid out. They both counted to three perfectly, so there wasn't like the one referee hit before he did. You know what I'm saying? So,
Yep.
I mean, that was a beautiful ending, and like you said, man, they had great talent in the match. So I was very pleased with it.
Yeah, I thought Xavier Woods would have been jobbed out in this, and he held his own at times. So it was nice to see.
Yeah. But he's a great talent, man. I think he's one of those guys that just kind of passed the prime window for them, and they're just too good not to not be on the show. You know what I mean?
Yep.
So
Yep. And then next we had Rey Mysterio finally getting inducted into the Hall of Fame. I think it's a couple years overdue, but I'm glad he's in it. I think it'll build into his feud with Dominic too.
So the question is though, is Ray's last match against Dominic?
I hope not.
I don't I don't see the career ending on that. So I don't know, I think we'll get the match. I think Ray maybe finishes next year, then he's probably gonna be out. So if I had
Yep.
to guess, that's what I'd be.
Yep. And then Legado del Fantasma. Hope I didn't mess that up. Nobody kill me. Uh, Lost to the Judgment Day. That match I thought it was pretty good. Wasn't terrible. Wasn't great. Still, I mean, I thought they put on a halfway decent show there for a mid card match.
Yeah, I mean the Legado's got to get in there and flip around a little bit. Like when they had Finn in the corner, tagging in, doing the repeated, clotheslines and stuff. They show that they're really good in the ring when they get the opportunity to. And Judgment Day is just a solid stable right now with Damian, Finn, and Dominique, and you know Damian doesn't get to do a whole lot, but he's good in the ring, man.
Yeah,
I like him.
he was U.S. champ for a little bit. Hopefully
Yep.
he can get back there.
I think he will one day, hopefully.
Next we had the Viking Raiders and Ricochet and Braun. What's your thoughts on that one?
God bless you. Can we stop finishing matches with Braun trying to do the train and getting ducked on the last second and go flying over the announce table? It's the same way the match ended last time. It's the same one the way it ended this time. Like, dear God, come on, man. I hate it, dude, because Braun and Ricochet are so good together that Beast and Acrobat, dude, like it's such a great tag team. But I'm so tired of seeing the last second,
Yeah.
Braun Strowman goes flying over the damn announcer table and ends up losing the match. It just
Same old
not an easy
shit.
way to end it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't care for it either. Honestly, I know I've been shitting on Bray Wyatt every step of the way, but ever since Braun's came back, he ain't been that great either. And I'm a big fan of Braun. So this kind of bugs me a little bit. But every time he does that fucking thing where he's trying to get the crowd going like he's a damn train, it's getting old.
It is, you know. I mean, it's not something that has to happen every flipping match. You know what I mean? Like, and I think they're trying to keep it in the arsenal, which is great. I'm fine with it. You know what I'm saying? Like it when we saw it live in person, I mean, watching that dude, run around the ring as big as he is, it's awesome. But
Yeah,
come on, dude, like,
it looks really slow on camera, but it looks like he's actually trying in person. It's
yeah,
kind
he's booking it around.
it's kind of weird. It's like watching other sports on TV where they're running. It looks like they're actually running. This dude looks like he runs in slow mo, but he's actually hauling ass.
Strut.
But yeah, it bugs me how Braun sets his matches up every time. I don't know if it's just him doing it. Everybody's been giving Triple H praise over this, but there's some things that need to be fixed. Like it feels like the whole tag team division is the same shit every week. But
Oh, and this is what we talked about last week. You know what I mean? Or I think it was on Monday. It's like, right now everything's focused around the bloodline, so we know titles aren't doing anything until Mania, maybe further, and know what I mean? Like the Viking Raiders are. I mean, they're okay. I mean, they do what they need to do. They do just enough to keep them relevant, And Ricochet and Strowman are great. And then you got the Street Profits. You got a lot of great tag teams right now. They're just sitting pretty much on their thumbs because they're not getting
yeah,
any type of movement right now.
yeah, the tag team division is so deep, but like you said, it's sitting idle. It's insane. Everybody's getting like the Usos. They don't have to. I hate saying it like this, but they don't have to have the titles. I know it makes the Bloodlines entrance look amazing when everybody's got belts on. They don't need the damn titles. Like
No,
they can,
today was day 600.
yeah. Like they don't need to be holding up everybody else. Like we could be getting Sheamus and Drew versus like let's just say the Street Profits. That might be the best tag team match we've seen in years.
Absolute masterclass, and that's my thing, man. Is like you've got just the Usos buried everybody so far, and same thing with Roman. And I get it, the dominant, stable, and all that stuff. But can we please, for the love of God, get some of these tag teams moving, man? Because I mean, you got Alpha Academy, who's literally not even wrestling as a tag team anymore. Otis is just walking around the ring while Gable's in mid card, helping people showcase. And then what I'm saying, like you had Sheamus and McIntyre. You like hell, dude. I'd even be fine with Finn and Damien
Yeah,
getting, getting a push.
yeah, that'd be Mania worthy right there. Just those two on one end.
That's what I'm saying, dude. And like Dominic's not as great in the ring, but Damien definitely helps him out. You know what I'm saying? So like, I mean, even at them, dude, like just anything at this point, we got it like some movement, man. Like I'm trying not to get too wrapped up into it until after Mania. Once Mania passes and kind of see how this storyline finishes, I'll have a little more hope. But God, man,
Yeah,
something crazy.
you're starting to lose it. Starting to lose hope on that end, but yeah, we'll move on to the next match. It was Charlotte versus Shotzi. Even during the intro, I know it was like a little slip and it's not that big of a deal, but Shotzi still almost fell getting out of the damn tank.
Dude, in the first. Go ahead.
Oh, my bad. Anytime Shotzi's in the ring, I feel like something's gonna go wrong. Somebody's gonna botch something, and
It's awkward.
Yeah, the tank thing's cool, but like practice getting out of it.
Right. You know what I'm saying? Like, and when she's coming down, the damn thing was, and I know it's probably hard to, rock my stuff there. I know it's hard to control, and I get it. You know what I'm saying? And Shotzi does, take a lot of risk, and I like it. That man is great as Charlotte's in the ring, dude. Like, it was such an awkward beginning to that match, and like,
Mm-hmm.
God, man, like, And we've seen Charlotte put on some great matches with way less talent, dude.
Yeah,
I just don't.
she made
But
what's her name look good. I'm blanking on the name. Uh, God, what is her name? Big girl. Man, I'm blanking bad now. It'll come back to me.
okay, circle back.
Yeah. Man, that's horrible. I'm blanking on who. I can't think of her name. Related to The Rock, big girl.
Mina.
No. Could be in the bloodline too. It'll hit me here in a minute by the time this damn podcast is over with. But
Go live at the end just to remember who
yeah,
we're talking about.
fuck that. Then Rhea Ripley and Charlotte had a face off. Charlotte as a face is not good at cutting promos.
She lost it halfway through, and you could tell she did that. Oh, I'm gonna get mad and stuff around here to kind of distract everybody. You forgot your promo. You should have did what The Rock did a couple years ago and write it on your wrist. You know,
I don't know about that because I think she would have called on it.
Cena called him on it. So,
I'm getting
but
candy.
yeah, like I said, I started laughing. I kind of chuckled because you could tell she lost it in the middle there, and it's a very hard thing to do. I mean, I'm not gonna sit here and say that anybody can do it. Because if that was the case, you'd have 19 million people in the WWE. But yeah, I was laughing pretty hard. I was like, man, I said the match was awkward, and then
Yeah, hell, I can't even.
promos.
I can't even cut a promo for a fucking podcast. Like, I
Gotta
can't-
read it off the paper. Can't even memorize it.
not even that. I just start laughing.
That'd be my biggest downfall, is trying not to laugh.
But yeah. Then the Usos came out. This is back to the point you were starting to make. Yeah. Jay doesn't seem too happy with Roman, and I hope we get that turn. And main event Jay Uso was something else.
And he's great and stuff, and whenever he was talking, you could just tell almost when he said I blame you, almost like it was directed towards Roman. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
He kept saying, "I had to make this choice. I had to. You know what I'm saying? And it was all about Jimmy. It wasn't about Roman. It wasn't about Solo. It was about Jimmy. You know what I mean? So I think he may be back in the bloodline, but not back in the bloodline.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and I like how he started to blame. Like, you think he was going to say he was going to blame Roman for it all, and then he just flipped it back on to Sammy. I thought that was a nice touch, almost like he was thinking about it.
He was torn. You could tell because even Jay's really good on the mic. And he was kind of all over the place with it. I think he was
Yeah,
storyline and emotional stuff. You know what I mean?
right.
So, I feel like there's another turn somewhere coming down the line. Do I think Jay cost Roman the titles? Potentially. But that whole promo, he never said anything about Roman. He never said anything about Solo. It was all about I had to because of family. He kept saying, what would you do? What would you do? It's like, everybody would choose family. You know what I'm saying? Don't get me wrong, but I just really think that he's back, but he's not back. And then, what's led to them calling out Cody and all that stuff. And it's a surprise tonight to see Cody on Smackdown,
Yeah, where was he at? Where was he at when we bought tickets?
Right. Well, dude, the side story, the first wrestling event we went to last year, I had no idea Cody had returned because I wasn't into it, just kind of off and on a little bit. But
Right.
we went and watched Raw in Evansville, where we went for SmackDown a couple weeks ago, and when Cody came out, I was like, holy shit! I didn't realize he's back in the WWE, and so it was pretty cool. The first wrestling event I got to go and get back into it with was Cody was there, and right now Cody's probably he's my favorite wrestler on the roster right now, and him coming out and not backing down from the bloodline, I liked it. And then of course we knew Sammy was gonna come out of the crowd and get that little dancing with the devil in the pale moonlight between the four of them.
Yeah.
And Cody saying that he didn't have to answer anybody, he said answer to the crowd, and if you listen to Cody talk in a lot of podcasts, he's always said that staying connected to the crowd is what makes wrestlers successful, and you can tell that that's his driving force. And watching him try and get that shirt off while he was fighting Jimmy in the crowd, couldn't get it off his wrist. Dude, I was cracking up.
Yeah, whenever he was struggling with the buttons getting into the ring initially too. I think he ended up ripping a couple of them off.
What'd you see at the end? Like whenever the shirt finally came off, the sleeve, I think it was like the sleeve cuff was still on his arm, but the shirt just got ripped because he couldn't get it off his hand. I was cracking up pretty good. I was like, man, I said that shirt's got high quality material. So
he didn't get that from Target. That's for damn sure.
No, he did not. And him coming out, and there was a blink and you miss it Easter egg last week and we didn't see it. And I was watching some highlights. So whenever they were, I can't remember who they were speaking to in the back, but right behind them you can see Cody and Kevin Owens talking.
Mm-hmm.
Cody was talking to Kevin Owens. So I think those three are going to be the spear that divides the bloodline. I don't really know what the answer is for Solo. I think Kevin and Sammy are the answer for Jay and Jimmy. I don't really know who the answer is for Solo. But like I said, man, I thought it ended great. I was very, very happy with the ending. Watching them get in there, actually getting the bloodline, running out of the ring. Usually it's always the other way around, but getting to see them get the upper hand and just two most popular superstars in the WWE right now teaming up, take them on was awesome.
Right, yeah, that was cool to see.
Yeah. So what's your thoughts?
I mean, you pretty much covered it. It was nice seeing the bloodline hightailing it out of there. I really want to see what Jay's going to do when he sees Roman, but I thought it was weird how Roman threatened him last week and then didn't even show up for the show this week.
Well, I'm sure they'll, hide it behind the narrative that Jay joined on Monday, so Roman wouldn't have to be there. And I really thought we were going to see Roman tonight. I mean, I truly thought that we were going to see that three-way reunite, but they didn't. Which will be nice. I was kind of looking forward to seeing. Sorry, kids coming in the room there.
No, you're good.
I was kind of hoping to see that stare off between Jay and Roman, but I think it's going to be a hit and miss for a while. I think you'll see Roman at SmackDown and the Usos will be gone. I think they're going to kind of keep them away from each other until it's closer to Mania. And then I think it's going to be one of those Roman gives a push or tells Jay to do something, and then Jay gives him the old super kick to the chin and cost him the titles. But I'm with you, man. As much as I love Cody, man, like I said, I would not be upset if Jay was the one to end the streak either.
No, but I don't know, man. They can go 1,000 different ways with this and still not miss. That's the best part about it.
Yeah, I mean, and it's always back to the argument, of who's more popular right now, Sammy or Cody. And Sammy, in my opinion, has a little bit more of an edge, but I think it's going to be a team effort because that's all Sammy's been pitching is team effort, team effort, team effort.
Mm-hmm.
So I think what we'll see before Mania is I think you'll see a triple threat, or not triple threat, but a three-way tag match with Sammy, Kevin, Cody versus the Usos and Solo. And that would be an absolute classic.
Yeah, it would.
Absolute classic. Because, and I was kind of watching too, like, you didn't really see Sammy and Jay fight too much.
No, you really didn't.
Sammy was mostly on Jimmy the whole time, and Cody had Jay.
Except for initially, he slid in and got got Jay first.
Right, but then he quickly wrote all to, you know what I'm saying? So I wonder if that has anything. I might just be reading too much into it, Next time at one time I was reading into things too much, but I won't talk about that one. So, but I was wondering because, like I said, dude, the way Jay was talking, I don't know, man. I'm just excited to see how it ends, man. Like, it's been building for almost over a year now, and however it ends, I think they're, like you said, they're not going to miss either way. So
no, but right, we'll call that the wrap up for Smackdown. Here coming up, we're going to have a crossover episode for March Madness. And then soon after that, after I think here in a few weeks, here in about 3 weeks, we'll have one for WrestleMania as well with the same guys. That is Jordan and Ty. They will be joining us for our WrestleMania show. It would be sometime before WrestleMania, probably the week of. And then obviously this weekend, after Selection Sunday, we'll start recording our picks for who we think is going to win the tournament. Hopefully I don't get too drunk and pick my Wildcats to go all the way, because honestly I don't think that's going to happen. But drunk me might give me some courage.
Her name up there, the bracket for you, buddy. We'll just take them out completely for you.
Yeah. Hopefully they get past the first round this year. That'd be great. If not, I'm looking at you, Calipari. You should be fired. But we'll see how it goes. Ty and Jordan, they are part of the T&J Sports Podcast. If you haven't already, go ahead and follow that on Facebook. We're under them on Facebook. Go ahead and follow us on Instagram at Cheap Pop Podcast, and then on Twitter at Cheap Pop Wrestling Podcast, and on TikTok at can't go ahead and say it. I can't say it with a straight face.
Pop this potty for the cheap.
But yep, stay tuned. We got some cool stuff coming. Sorry we didn't have our funny man on this episode. He's at a concert. He's not here to make fun of us both ruthlessly.
I'm just hoping if it is raining titties out there that he doesn't get hit in the face with a dick like he said last time. I hope his luck changes a little bit.
No, that's probably going to happen.
Probably.
But yeah, he'll be back next week. So if you didn't want to see us get made, or if you wanted to see us get made fun of for the Friday Night Smackdown episode, sorry about your luck, and go fuck yourselves. Make sure you give us a follow and comment.